Auto rifles are pretty versatile when it comes to dishing out damage, and up until a few seasons ago they couldn't really hold their own in PvP, but they had a buff earlier in 2020 bringing them up to devastating levels. And if you spent any time in PvP this season, then you're going to be familiar with Gnawing Hunger, one of the best weapons in the game right now. So Bungie has outlined some changes coming in Beyond Light, however they're likely to be a staple of many loadouts come Beyond Light. The following is a guide to the best auto rifles to get before Beyond Light comes out. What I'll do is provide some suggestions that are in the game right now, and we all still have a few days before Beyond Light drops on November the 10th, so there's still time to get the ARs on this list. And before we get to the auto rifles selected here today, let's have a quick recap of the changes from Bungie. So in Season of the Worthy, the adaptive archetype with 600 rate of fire was given a buff, and Bungie say they are pulling that back a little bit to keep it in check with other auto rifle archetypes. So with the adaptive, the damage per bullet reduced from 15.75 to 14.25, and prior to Season of the Worthy, damage per bullet was 13.75. So autos are getting a slight nerf, however due to their ease of use and their ease of availability, it's still worth picking up some of the following if you get the chance. It's very likely that we're going to be getting some new ARs to play with on Europa, so keep your eyes glued to the channel for more information as I get it, and you will be the first to know with full guides on what the weapon is and how to get it. Well, let's dive into the existing auto rifles in the game, and first of all we got False Promises. So False Promises is an auto rifle that was part of the Season 11 loot pool. It's a kinetic auto that sits in the primary slot, and the power cap is 1360 for this one, so it's not going to be sunset until Season 15. In terms of stats, it's got great range at 75, good handling at 42 and reload speed of 44. Another benefit here are the hidden stats of 86 and the recoil, and it's going to feel nice and steady in your hands when firing this with controller on PC or console. The created role on False Promises comes with Sympathetic Arsenal, while reloading after a final blow also reloads the stowed weapons. It also comes with Killing Wind as well, where final blows increase mobility, range and handling for a short duration, and both are new perks in Season of Arrivals. So you can get this weapon quite easily from Umbral engrams, so you can pick up Umbral engrams from pretty much anywhere, including the Contact Public event and at the end of most activities. So then just go to the Prismatic Recaster and you can focus them to get more of a chance to get False Promises, so it's really nice and easy to get this weapon. Next up, we've got SUROS Regime. SUROS Regime is an exotic kinetic auto rifle, some great perks, and it's pretty devastating in PvP. So let's check out the perks on this one. So we've got SUROS Legacy, so the bottom half of each magazine deals bonus damage and has a chance to return health on a kill. And we've also got Spinning Up, so holding down the trigger increases the rate of fire. Both perks work in real harmony here. As you hold down the trigger, the rate of fire gets faster due to spinning up and the damage increases. This is a 600 RPM auto rifle, 25 in the magazine, but it upgrades to 900 RPM when you hold down the trigger in the bottom half of the magazine. It's got great handling at 68 and reload speed of 67, and it's got good stability too. So you can get this one from exotic world drops, and they're random for killing enemies out there in the wild, or you could probably buy it from Zur when he's selling it, or you can pick up Zur's exotic engram, and hopefully it should give you a weapon that you haven't got yet. Next up, we've got the Forward Path. And the Forward Path is a 600 RPM auto rifle that sits in the kinetic slot, and it's part of the archetype that got a major buff in Season 10. It's got great handling at 72, pretty good reload speed at 64, and the impact isn't great at 21, and the range is pretty mediocre as well at 50. It's got 43 in the mag, and it takes primary ammo. The created role comes with Iron Gaze, where you get an improvement to target acquisition at a cost of range, and it is a pretty big cost as well. And also Dynamic Sway Reduction, which got a big boost earlier in Shadowkeep. You want to look out for Red Dot 2 MOA for the small increase in range and handling, as well as armor piercing rounds for range, handling and zoom. For PvP, you want to grab Dynamic Sway Reduction and Eye of the Storm, where accuracy and handling gets better as your health gets lower, and Dynamic Sway is much improved, so it's worth holding out for a roll with it if you can get it to drop. For PvE, it can drop with multi-kill clip and feeding frenzy, but Swashbuckler is also really good too. To get this weapon, you're going to need to complete the short quest from Lord Saladin in the tower, and it is worth saying you can only get this weapon when Iron Banner is available, so it isn't available right now, so you are probably going to have to wait until Beyond Light. Well, next up we got Monte Carlo, and Monte Carlo is an exotic kinetic auto rifle that was introduced during Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. So this one comes from random world drop and exotic engrams, and this is adaptive frame auto rifle that is a 600 RPM. It's got pretty good range, stability and reload speed. So let's check out the perks on this one. So we've got the Monte Carlo method. So dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. And we've got Markov chain, so this weapon gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with the weapon. So Monte Carlo is really good for builds. If you get hold of this weapon, you definitely won't regret adding this to your arsenal. Next up, we've got the Summoner, and the Summoner is a legendary energy auto rifle. It's an adaptive frame, meaning it has a well-rounded grip, plus it's reliable and sturdy. Again, it's a 600 RPM archetype of auto rifle, meaning it's best in class at the moment. It's up there with Galliard and Gnawing Hunger. So it deals solar damage, and its power cap is 1310, meaning it's going to be sunset in Season 14. Stats on this one look like 21 for impact, 46 for range, 47 for stability, 73 for handling and 60 for reload speed. Your created role comes with Rampage for that extra damage after kills, and dynamic sway reduction again, which improves accuracy and handling when you hold down the trigger. It also comes with armor piercing rounds for that extra damage and range, and small bore for that increase in range and stability. So looking at some good roles for PvE and PvP. So first of all, PvE, so Arrowhead Break is great, as this is going to keep things nice and stable and allow you to keep that reticle on the target. Pended Mag is really good, and high caliber rounds are good choices in the second slot, and high caliber rounds are going to give you that extra kick that you're looking for. Overflow is a great choice for PvE. Some of the fans out there, you can get an instant refill in your magazine by picking up special or heavy ammo crates. So looking at PvP, probably want to focus on range because the range isn't great. So PvP opponents aren't going to be able to escape in time. By the time they start running, they're going to be dead. So extended barrel and ricochet rounds are going to be good here. Dynamic sway reduction is probably the most powerful perk you can get due to the buff in Season of Arrivals, or elemental capacitor are really good. To get this weapon, you're going to have to run Trials with Osiris, and this is the PvP game mode, available every Friday, and the rewards rotate each week. You get rewards at 3, 5 and 7 wins, and when you go to the lighthouse on your flawless run. If you don't like PvP, you can still get rewards through the Trials engram. Just go and speak to Saint 14 in the tower and pick up the Trials bounties, and one of the weekly bounties has the Trials engram. And all you have to do is complete 10 matches, you don't have to win, and you get that 3-win reward. You can check out websites like LightGG for the rewards each week. And finally on the list today, we've got Gnawing Hunger, and this one is an adaptive frame auto rifle that goes in the energy slot. It's a 600 RPM auto with 43 in the magazine and shoots void damage. It's got great handling at 67, pretty good reload speed for 61 and not bad range at 53. The created role comes with Rampage for kills with this weapon, grant increased damage, and Overflow for when you pick up special or heavy ammo, it reloads beyond the normal capacity. Pended Mag for that increase in magazine size, and Arrowhead Break for that increase in recoil and handling. For PvE, you want to look out for Rampage, Subsistence and Extended or Appended Mag. For PvP, Kill Clip and Zen Moment or Accurized rounds are really good. So to get Gnawing Hunger, it's pretty easy, it's pretty widely available in Umbral engrams, and you used to have to defeat the Likeness of Oryx in Tier 3 of the Reckoning. But now you can just get it by turning in Umbral engrams, so you've still got plenty of time to get a god roll Gnawing Hunger through Umbral engrams and the Umbral decoder. Well, that is it for my rundown for some of the best auto rifles, and let me know what will be in your top 3 auto rifles going into Beyond Light. But that is it for this guide for the best auto rifles going into Beyond Light, and thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVGPodcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out these other videos on the channel. Thanks again, I'll see you in the next video.